Welcome to one of San Francisco's best-kept secrets, the American Golden Gate Railroad Museum. Set against the backdrop of the iconic Golden Gate Bridge and nestled within the historical Bayshore Yard area, this museum isn't just another place to visit. It's a portal to the rich history of American railroads, offering a unique and hands-on experience. Today, we're delving deep into its hidden treasures and the lesser-known facts that make this museum a truly special destination. While many visitors are familiar with the impressive lineup of trains on display here, few realize the full extent of the museum's mission. Founded by a passionate group of railroad enthusiasts in the 1980s, the American Golden Gate Railroad Museum's goal is to preserve and educate the public about the transformative role railroads have played in American history. But what makes this museum stand out isn't just its vast collection, it's the way it brings history to life. Here's a surprising fact: the museum is not government-funded. That means it operates entirely through the dedication and hard work of volunteers. Yes, you heard that right. Every locomotive restored, every artifact cataloged, and every tour conducted is the work of volunteers who devote their time and expertise to keep this piece of history alive. We're a volunteer-run organization, and that's what makes us unique. Many of our volunteers have worked in the railroad industry, so they bring an incredible wealth of knowledge. It's a labor of love, and while it can be a lot of work, seeing these trains restored and knowing that we're preserving a piece of history for future generations makes it all worth it. And it's not just the trains you see today that are worth talking about. The museum's collection spans across multiple eras of rail history. From steam locomotives that powered the expansion of the American frontier to the electric and diesel trains that revolutionized long-distance travel, this museum offers a unique snapshot of how trains have shaped our past. Take, for example, the museum's prized steam locomotives. One of the most significant pieces in their collection is the 1920s-era Baldwin locomotive, which was once used to transport goods along the West Coast. These machines are more than just relics, they're tangible reminders of how railroads powered the American industrial boom. For those with a particular fondness for luxury rail travel, the museum houses one of the last surviving examples of a 1930s-era observation car. These cars, which were once considered the epitome of luxury travel, provided panoramic views for passengers as they made their way through the scenic landscapes of California. Today, it stands as a testament to the golden age of rail travel, when the journey was just as important as the destination. Another aspect of the museum that might surprise you is its vast archive of rail history exhibits. Most visitors come for the trains, but stay for the stories. The museum features a number of interactive exhibits detailing the evolution of railroads in the U.S., from the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad, which connected the East Coast to the West, to the rise of high-speed rail in the 20th century. These exhibits offer insight into how railroads shaped the country's economy, culture, and even its military strategies. The American Golden Gate Railroad Museum isn't just a place for passive observation, it's also an active space where visitors can immerse themselves in railroad culture. The museum hosts numerous special events throughout the year, from holiday-themed train rides to behind-the-scenes tours of the restoration workshops. These events are perfect for train enthusiasts and families alike, offering a deeper look at the preservation process and the inner workings of the museum. And here's an interesting tidbit: the museum actually has a historic locomotive that once operated in the very heart of San Francisco's commuter network. One of the locomotives housed here was part of the Southern Pacific Railroad service along the Bay Area's iconic Transbay routes. To think, this very engine helped people cross the San Francisco Bay decades ago, long before the modern commuter systems we know today were even in place. As the sun sets over the bay, it's clear that the American Golden Gate Railroad Museum isn't just about old trains. It's about preserving a crucial part of American history. It's a place where enthusiasts, families, and curious travelers alike can learn, explore, and connect with the past in ways that are both educational and entertaining. The museum's role in preserving historic locomotives. While many museums display historic trains, the American Golden Gate Railroad Museum plays an active role in restoring rare locomotives and rolling stock that are often the last of their kind. The museum is home to a number of trains that were considered too far gone to restore by other institutions. Through years of volunteer work, many of these trains were saved from being scrapped or left to decay in forgotten rail yards. One of the most notable examples is the Santa Fe Railway, Blue Goose, locomotive, which was considered beyond repair before the museum took on its restoration. The museum's secret train ride experience. Though it's not widely advertised, the museum occasionally runs a members-only train ride for its loyal supporters. This special event is an immersive experience that takes visitors on a historic route aboard one of the museum's vintage trains. During these rides, passengers get the rare opportunity to travel along active tracks that are typically off-limits to the public. It's an unforgettable way to experience the Golden Gate area and the rolling hills of California in a way most tourists never will. The railcar collection includes a rare presidential car among its many treasures. The museum houses a presidential railcar that once served as transportation for dignitaries. The car, which was originally used for high-profile politicians in the 1920s, has been carefully restored. It's not the same as the train used by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, which is at another museum, but it is a close cousin, built with the same high-end luxury features, including upholstered seats, fine woodwork, and even a secret compartment for security. Historic tracks were once part of the Golden Gate Transit System. The museum sits on a former rail yard that was once part of the Golden Gate Transit System, a now defunct but once thriving network that connected San Francisco to Marin County and beyond. In fact, some of the trains and cars displayed here were once regular commuters on those tracks. Over the years, the museum has worked to preserve these relics as a part of San Francisco's transportation history. Behind-the-scenes railroad restoration. While the public sees the beautifully restored trains, many visitors don't realize just how hands-on the restoration process is. For example, one of the museum's steam locomotives is restored using parts from several different trains. This isn't uncommon in the world of rail preservation, where finding original parts for old engines can be nearly impossible. Restoration experts often have to craft their own replacement parts, sometimes from scratch, using historical blueprints and rare materials that match the original designs. Rare model trains and artifacts. The museum's collection isn't limited to full-sized trains. It houses one of the most extensive collections of model trains and miniature railroad equipment in the United States. Visitors can explore detailed dioramas of historic rail stations and intricate models that recreate famous rail lines, like the Transcontinental Railroad. These tiny models help illustrate the scale of the railroad industry's impact and provide a visual history of rail travel for younger generations. The museum was originally an abandoned rail yard. The location of the museum has its own story to tell. Before becoming a museum, this property was an abandoned rail yard, and the trains that now rest here were once forgotten relics. It was only after several passionate volunteers rallied together that the idea of creating a museum started to take shape. The transformation of the site from a decaying industrial space to a vibrant, educational institution is an inspiring tale of dedication and hard work. Unique collection of cabooses. The museum is home to one of the most extensive collections of cabooses in the country. Cabooses, once essential to every freight train, were used as homes for railroad crews, equipped with bunks, desks, and even stoves. Today, they're rare relics, and the museum's collection includes a historically significant 1910s-era caboose that was used by railroad crews on the Pacific Coast Railroad, providing visitors with a glimpse into the life of rail workers from over a century ago. So, the next time you find yourself in San Francisco, make sure to stop by the American Golden Gate Railroad Museum. It's a place where the past never stops moving, and there's always something new to discover. Whether you're a lifelong rail fan or just looking for an interesting way to learn about America's industrial history,